Hi all, and welcome to my channel. This is Headcanon Figures, and this is my very first episode. I've been wanting to open up my channel for years. I dare say a decade, and I've only finally gotten around to doing it, but funnily enough, I'm actually feeling a bit under the weather today as well, so my throat is a bit coarse. So forgive me if I choke or cough a bit during my my speeches. So anyways, without further ado, let's go ahead and review the figure of today, which is US Agent FORCEWORKS from Marvel Legends. Now, the character himself, yeah, there's a lot of lore towards it, but you can check it out yourself when you get the time. But this is the package it comes from, and as you can see, it's a really nice package comparatively with Marvel Legends. Sometimes they give you the retro backboard type with the plastic in front, but this one's a whole box. You might need to pay an extra $1, maybe $2 or $3 for this. So I bought it. So I'm based in Australia, so Great Down Under. So the pricing here, as you can obviously see, is still there, 45 AUD. Anyways, moving on. This helps you. This is the first figure in the line that helps you build the Marvel Legends, or the Marvel's Box character. His name is Box. I believe he's part of the Air Force. He was one of the Alpha Flight characters. So if you're interested in that storyline, yeah, check it out. And he comes in a list of 6, one of the 6. And there's a pretty cool characters. Personally, he's my favorite of the line. He comes with a new body mold, or not really new, but new to the main line. And essentially, what that means is they have not released this body or this mold in that price range. Previously, in order to get this mold, this body, you'd have to purchase the 2-pack right here. 2-pack Punisher. 100 AUD, or 99. More than double the price for this figure. Just to get this mold, just to get this figure, this body, you'd have to pay more than double previously. But now here it is. You can buy for 45, for less than half. In terms of USD, 30 USD perhaps, maybe less. But yeah, it's a great mold. As you can see, aesthetically, it's so much bulkier. It's so much better. We'll talk about articulation shortly, but if you want to compare him to your standard, what was previously the golden, I guess the golden figure for Marvel Legends previously was this. I guess what the community likes to call the the Vulcan body. So yeah, just wow, just what a difference. What a difference. As you can see, the arms, the torso. The biggest thing you'll notice is obviously the size of these arms. So if I bring that a bit closer, as you can see, look at the size difference. Much thicker shoulders. Biceps thicker as well. Forearms, yep. And if you notice the hands, look at the hands. Look at the hands. They've made it shorter, much better, much more anatomically proportional. Side profile. You can see this one slightly thicker. Shoulders, much broader. Although, in my opinion, it's longer as well. I think, longer. In my opinion, I think they should shorten the shoulders just a bit, because the arms do reach very far down, and the hands shouldn't be that far below the crotch anatomically. I know that because I've measured myself. Yeah, so that's just that's for the main. Oh, of course, and the thighs, the legs, much sturdier, much more heroic. Sorry, on the newer figure on FORCEWORKS versus what was previously the Vulcan body. It's just beams. Way too skinny. Yep, that's just a massive improvement. If we look at them on the side, yep, just look at that. Let's have a look at that. Yeah. So the legs are shorter, but thicker. But as you can see, the legs here, they bend out because of the musculature, but also just the design. So now he looks like he's always slightly crouching, very slightly, versus this, it's more straight. So that's a little nitpick there. The articulation is not, it is an improvement compared to the old bodies, but there are some downsides as well. There are some negatives. So if we have a look in comparison, this figure comes with a thigh swivel and a boot swivel, right? This figure has the thigh swivel, but not a boot swivel. I don't know why they've done things this way in the new molds, in the new design. Why would they take that away? This would have been the perfect opportunity to hide a swivel. That would have been perfect, especially because you don't get any foot swivel. So that really limits articulation. I mean, yes, you can use the thigh swivel to do this, but that extra articulation does go the extra mile if you can do it at the foot as well. You know, sometimes you want to do certain poses that require the boot to swivel rather than just the whole thigh. They might have thought it was a cost-cutting and a redundant feature to have the boot swivel if you got the thigh swivel. So I guess that's probably why they might have done it. But you know, it is a bit disappointing to not have that feature when it was previously here on every one of these bodies, which was the common. So yeah, that's a downside. In terms of the butterfly joint, though, that is great. It is fantastic. Look at that. Easily hold a sword. Easily hold a sword. And even look at that. If you wanted to, you could. Yeah, it's good enough. It's quite good. Look, that's pretty good. Now, if I try to do it on the old body, yeah, definitely a limit. Yeah, definitely a limit right there. No, just doesn't look as good. See, this looks much more natural. Whereas this one, yeah, just not. Yeah, you can make it work, just doesn't look as good. Obviously, articulation, butterflies to the back. You can get it further. So you could cuff them at the back. Whereas on the Vulcan, yeah, oh, much smoother, so much smooth, buttery smooth compared. Look at that, the difference. Yeah, in terms of the arms and the shoulders, they are much bigger, much thicker, much more thicker. But the downside is if you were to articulate it up, if you were to bring it up past 90 degrees, bad example here, but normally this part would get stuck on this part right here. So yeah, right here, see? Usually it would get jammed. So you'd have to finesse it. You'd have to sometimes press it down and get the rubbery part of the plastic to sort of just slide underneath instead. So the clearance there is not the best. In fact, there's almost none. You'd have to just, yeah, you'd have to push it down under. And now you can get it more than 90 degrees slightly, see? Bend that up pretty good. So that's that one. And then obviously we're using this as a comparison. It doesn't get jammed or stuck like that one, like the newer one, but you can still, yeah. So basically they got the same angle, same range of motion there on the arms and the shoulders, but definitely an improvement on the butterfly, especially at the front. Even though this one looks like there's a big butterfly gap, looks like a really good butterfly, but actually, I would say this probably comes down to the fact that the arms are bigger, like longer, so that it has more. Let's say more. Yeah. It's got to be this part. It's because the fact that the shoulders are wider, and they have more material that allows the butterfly to just be much more better on the newer figure versus on the older one. Just looks so much better. And probably the fact that the torso is wider. So that's another, not just aesthetic and an aesthetic improvement, but also a functional improvement. Look at the size difference. If I can see, if you can see that on the camera, the shoulders. If I try to, yeah, you can see this guy's much more bulkier and wider. So yeah, look at that. This one's a stick compared to, look at that. The shoulder comes out that much more. If I was to do it that way. Yeah, absolutely a standout figure, but yeah, downsides there. So now crouching. So you've got articulate, you can literally look down like that versus this. Look at that. The additional diaphragm cut allows for that extra forward bend, much better. So this guy could also side tilt ever so slightly, right? It's there. It's not the best, but it's there. You can tell he's you can tell he's bending to the side, so that's good enough. And now towards the back, moving down his belt. He's got a rubbery belt, so that can be pushed down, and bending him all the way back. Yeah. Now I think the Vulcan body does a slightly better job at bending backwards. Ever so slightly. This one, no, actually I can't say that. They were very similar range of motion when bending backwards, but as you can see, massive difference. This you can barely see the gappage. It looks so much more natural bending backwards that you can barely, there is no gap. How amazing is that? And then the sculpt curves with the figure. Seeing it backwards, look at that, fantastic. Fantastic. Whereas with this figure, the Vulcan body, nah, look at that. It's just not great. Not great. Massive improvement. Look at that. Look at that square right there. Look at that too. Just massive improvement with this figure. Yeah, look at the gappage. Huge. In terms of the head, let's have a look at that. Weird. I mean, because if it's a ball joint, you could slightly, I mean, you could fiddle around a bit, and you could do things like this. Because the plastic is so soft, it can still mold its way to the position that it's placed in. So I mean, a small amount, noticeable though enough. So you know, it's not like it's not a non-existent. Well, now you know what a ball joint looks like. And if you want to know if the heads are swappable, let's go for it. Yep, heads are swappable, as you can see. Anyways, oops. Yeah, so now what else can I do for articulation? I mean, the forearms, quite good because they've got the cut all the way to the glove. Again, no gloves, no forearm swivel, but there's the bicep swivel. So that bend, I would say, just over 90 degrees. So it's quite good. Not the best angle, but obviously the gloves would hinder that. So you can do that sort of pose. If you've got just a plain Vulcan body figure, no gloves, yeah, no comparison, no contest here. This is where Vulcan wins, the Vulcan body. Look at that. Just yeah, no comparison there. Oh, forgot to do exact height measurement. All right, well, let's do the height. So, if you want to look at the height difference, I know I measured it myself. I believe the old versions, the old Vulcan body, is slightly taller because of the longer legs. So let's get him posed up enough. Yep, as you can see, Vulcan body, longer legs means a taller body, taller figure by that much. Side to side, they look quite similar in height, but just know that the old models are slightly taller. So I noticed the thing with the newer molds, the newer designs, they're trying to make him smaller, trying to make him shorter. So that's interesting. I feel it does make the torso look a bit longer in comparison to the legs, though. So that's an interesting design choice or direction that their Marvel Legends is going in. Alright, well, so that's pretty much it. That's now let's go into the accessories. Accessories for Vulcan. Oh, no, I mean US Agent. Comes with these. 2 additional pairs of hands, an extra photon shield, and your Build-A-Figure plastic pieces. So obviously in this, for this US agent, you get boxes, left arm and hand. Now, as for the hands, extra accessory hands. You get the shield, which is pretty much the standard shield, which is your Captain America shield. You get the articulation with this that you can fold down, and that would peg onto his hand, his wrist. Now that went on real easy, real smooth, so that's good. Look at that, pretty cool, pretty cool. If you want to pose him with it, yeah, that's really easy. That's really cool. So look at that. Look at that. Nice. It's not loose. It's not loose. It's sturdy enough. So that's pretty cool. In terms of the extra hands, you only get 2 of these, but I'd say that's enough for the price range. Plus, you get the photon shield and the Build-A-Figure pieces as well. You get 1 hand that looks like he's grabbing something, or it can look like he's throwing the shield. That's what this hand would be for, I'd imagine. So you could position it so that it looks like he's throwing the shield, or he could be grabbing something as well. So multiple purposes with this. This one obviously is a trigger hand, so yeah, with the finger, you know it. It's just for him to hold a gun. So if you got an extra gun piece, that's what this hand is for. And thankfully, with the figure itself, you get 2 fisted hands, which is the golden standard of any action figure. You need the fisted hands. It's an action figure. All right. I mean, that's pretty much it for articulation. Now let's get into size comparisons, which is always the most fun part of the any toy review. So let's get into that. All right, let's pose him up first. The most important thing. Just for no reason, I just happen to have the King Cold SH Figure Arts figure right here, right next to me. So that's, oh, okay, that's a bit. Maybe I'll have to zoom out there a bit. Yeah, look at that. Let's compare him to the Maximum Spider-Man, Marvel Legends. Oop. Get him centered there. Marvel Legends, Spider-Man. And guess I'll move him out of the way, put someone else in the view. Also got the Build-A-Figure Ultron. Size comparison right there. Got the new movie Deadpool and Wolverine movie, Logan. Interesting, actually. It's taller than Wolverine. Definitely taller than Spider-Man. Alright, Punisher. Now, there's a size difference between these two. Even though they're the same body mold. But the difference would be in the boots. They have the exact same legs. And torso. The... Actually, I might be wrong there. I think it's the lower leg. It's the lower leg that is the difference. Yeah. But as you can see, the Punisher is interesting. That's I don't know. When I'm looking at it, the Punisher's slightly taller, and yeah, he is very slightly taller. But what's the difference? I think it has something to do with the legs. Definitely has something. I think it has something to do with the leg. Yeah, maybe the insertion point. Could be. I think it's the lower leg. I really can't see that difference between. Yeah, must be the lower leg. I think it's the lower leg. Anyways, enough of that. Here he is next to the Magic Spider-Man. Battle damage. Great together. Slightly customized that one a bit for FYI. Here he is next to the super old body design, the old Bucky cap mold as they call it. Massive difference. Just no comparison. So they've gone in a step in the right direction in terms of the new molds, the new bodies. They finally decided to stop using the realistic aesthetics of having small arms and shoulders. So they've buffed it up a bit. What I don't quite like with this body still, in terms of comparisons, and I'll compare it with a figure now that had just recently come out as well. Now, these two bodies are quite similar in mold. As you can see from the abs, the chest is almost similar, but different molds, you can tell. The legs, quite similar, but different mold again, as you can tell. The arms are very similar, but not quite. So I noticed the striations are in the same places, but different, I guess, intensity. This one is much more toned versus that one, and I think this one's slightly thicker in material, like it just in volume, versus this figure, which is the what was his name? Cardiac from the Spider-Man Retro Wave. But yeah, as you can see in the arms, very similar. Shoulders very similar, except the difference is the shoulder on the US Agent is slightly longer. Biceps are also slightly longer, as you can see. The biceps are slightly longer. But you can tell here. Where's my magic stick? I should have brought my magic stick. Yeah. The forearms. You can tell the forearms. So the forearm on the Cardiac is shorter, which makes the arms a bit shorter, which makes the body look a bit more proportionate. As you can see. More proportionate. The thickness is quite very similar, but yeah, so that's I thought it's worth pointing that out. So yeah, these are the two newer bodies, and they're really a big improvement compared to the last ones. What makes it great is the price range, because same price, newer models, as Marvel Legends should be moving forward in this direction, positive direction. So no hike in the price, and you get a better product, thankfully. Yeah, so that's him next to Cardiac. Hands down the best Marvel Legends figure of this size. Oh, drooling over this. This Captain America. Captain America. Best design. Except for one or two big gripes on this figure. No diaphragm cut. No boot swivel. Toes would have been nice too. But oh my god, look at that. It's getting closer. If this body can be improved with a diaphragm cut, that's the perfect Marvel Legends. Plus boot swivel. But obviously, as you can see, the legs longer on this figure versus this one. Here it is. Boop. Difference in the leg. Arms, oh my gosh. Captain America's is even thicker, even bigger. Shoulders as well. Captain America has the biggest shoulders. Wider chest. This is, oh my gosh, this is a great figure. Alright, now, comparison with the latest Spider-Man 2099. Much thicker. Comparison with the Daredevil, newer Secret Wars. Secret Wars, Daredevil. So, yep, as you can see, I could do that in a separate review, but yeah, look at that. Try and finish this up quick. And here he is next to Venom. Here he is next to Gladiator 2-pack. Here he is next to the old Spider-Man body, the original Amazing Fantasy Spider-Man, but with Mr. Fantastic's kid as occupying the mold, I guess. So there's that. Now, I feel we should also compare him with the Revoltech, since it's Marvel related, the Revoltech Ultron. And let's get into alternative, I guess, import comparisons. There's Revoltech here. Then you've got Cyclops Mafex right here. Not sure if Mafex is import actually. But yeah, look at that. That's in scale. That's who's taller? Virtually about the same. Virtually in line with Mafex now. This scale in line with Mafex completely. Exact same height. And since this is also Hasbro, here he is next to the Hasbro Lightning Collection Ryu White Ranger. So yeah, look at that. And comparison with, let's go multiverse here, or let's go with the anime heroes Naruto tailed beast form. So yeah, I mean that could work. He's taller than Naruto, so that works. Now let's go with the Japanese brands here. Let's go with Bandai. One of their biggest competitors here for Hasbro. Here he is next to Ultimate Gohan. Look at that. Yeah, that could work. Let's get my Piccolo. SH Figure Arts Piccolo. Come on, let's do it. Yeah. Is it me or is Piccolo taller? About the same. Yeah, about the same height. Although he does look up higher, his eye level's higher than Piccolo's, but the head is pretty much the same. So there you have it. US Agent Marvel Legends FORCEWORKS. What do you guys think? What are your thoughts? Yeah, if there's any improvements that you can think of that I have not mentioned, yeah, feel free to place it in the comments. Let's have a discussion. Please like, comment, and subscribe to help my channel. And yeah, that would help motivate me to make more videos, improve the quality of these videos that I'm making as well. Obviously, this is being my first. But yeah, I'd love to be able to continue to do this and to help out the community. And yeah, let's just all have fun together and play with these toys and collect or whatever, you know. All right, thanks guys. I'm out. Yeah. Thanks for joining in. Oh, last thing, what I would rank this as a power level. What is his final rank? I would say, I would say he has enough accessories for his price range, seeing that he's got the Build-A-Figure parts, the Proton Shield, an extra pair of hands for different poses, one for throwing, one for holding a gun. I would take points away for not having the toe articulation that the Spider-Man figures have, boot and forearm swivel. So that's a bit of a disappointment. So I'd take away 1 point for that. I think having his face uniquely, it's just so expressive. It's so different rather than just the stern, stoic, regular, you know, resting, you know, non-expressive face. For example, what you get with Daredevil. Not him specifically, but like just a lot of the other Marvel Legends don't have that sort of expressive face. So I would just only take 1 point away for that additional articulation that it could have come with. I'd give him, aesthetically, he's amazing. I'd give him a 9 out of 10 for Marvel Legends. 9 out of 10. And there you have it. That's my review. What's your take, guys?
Are you not entertained?